can feel it down in my plums. When I hear a sound, a rap at the door, my young son Gabrielle walks in.
Welcome back to Let the Boys Watch, an entertainment podcast brought to you by Going Great Productions. I'm one of your hosts. My name is Robbie. And on this week's episode, it was a special birthday request week. And Ryan's wife, Katie, it was her birthday and she wanted a nice rom-com. And the winner of Rom-Com Week was the 1999 rom-com, 10 Things I Hate About You, written by Karen McCullough and Kristen Smith, and based off the Bill Shakespeare play, The Taming of the Shrew. 10 Things was directed by Gil Younger, starring Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Larissa Oleynik, David Krumholtz, Andrew Keegan, Gabrielle Union, Larry Miller, Daryl Mitchell, and Allison Janney. Hopefully I said, I'm Winnie, of course my name is Robbie. If not, my name is Robbie. Alongside me is the cousin Benny. How we feeling?
Feeling good. Trying to figure out who had the better diss track this week. Was it Kat or was it Kendrick?
I think it was Kat. And alongside Benny and I is our friend and co-host Ryan. How we doing?
I'm okay. Question. I know you can be overwhelmed, Robbie, and underwhelmed, but can you just be whelmed?
I'm always whelmed.
Whelmed every day of my life.
I think in Europe. So yeah, like Robbie said, this is Let the Boys Watch. And most weeks we watch movies that one or all of us haven't seen. But like this week, sometimes we do special requests. And this week's special request, like Robbie said, was my wife. She wanted us to do some teen rom-coms. And 10 Things I Hate About You was the winner of the poll, which was good for me because I liked it the best of those three and probably the best of all the movies that she sometimes makes me watch. But yeah, no, I was happy it won. Did both of you guys see it ever?
No.
No?
I never saw it.
Whoa.
Really?
I love
Yeah.
this.
All right.
I was
Fantastic.
I don't know, sophomore, junior high school. I could be bothered.
Yeah, that's what Katie asked me. She's like, "Did you see this when it came out?" And I was like, "No, that was like when I think I was like a junior. I was like, that was a girl movie. I didn't see that. I mean, now I like it, but whatever." But before we talk about the movie, we got a couple emails, which is awesome. If you want to be part of the conversation, please send us an email. It's in the show notes, but if you can't read, I'm sorry. It is ltbwpodcast@gmail.com. I assume you would use some kind of voice to text program or something since you can't read. Follow us on Instagram. Please get involved in the polls every week that we don't, do a specific movie. We'll usually put up 3 or 4 movies and let the fans decide. Those who take the maybe less than 3 seconds that it takes to vote, which we always appreciate. And lastly, Benny, tell them where else they can follow us and get involved.
Well, we would love for you to follow us on YouTube. Please subscribe. It would mean the world to us. We just hit 5,000 views on YouTube. So get involved in that. Leave a comment on each video. Give it a thumbs up. It would really help us out. So follow us on YouTube. It would be at Let the Boys Watch. And we'll see you there. You can see, look at how handsome Robbie looks. Got the hair looking fantastic. Ryan, the red hooded sweatshirt. There's balloons going off right now. Like what? You can only see this on YouTube. So join us on YouTube and you can see all this magic we got going on.
Sponsored by New Balance.
Please, I wish. Thanks. I think, did you get those yet, Benny? I know this isn't a sneaker podcast, but
Not yet. They're on the way. Probably should get them tomorrow.
fantastic. So what do you think? Should we do like thoughts going in, or do you want to get to emails first and then we'll get to all that other stuff?
Let's do thoughts first because our 2 emails were great and they have to deal with the actual movie. So that we can use those to kick us off.
Love it. So I've seen the movie a number of times, at least 10. Because the movie's got
Yeah,
tenant.
yeah,
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 okay.
yeah, yeah. I got that.
I just got it.
So
You're
whoever
so
wants
proud
to
of
go first,
yourself.
I'm so stupid. I'm so sick today.
Mm.
So there's gonna be a lot of stupidity coming out of this mouth.
I'm here
Um,
for it.
love it. So whoever wants to go first, please. What do you think about this movie, if anything, going into it?
I've gone first the last couple times on these, Rob. Why don't you take it? I'll go
Sorry, I
first.
knocked my mic. Oh, no, no, I knocked my
Okay, go,
microphone out. Sorry.
go ahead.
My thoughts? I didn't have
Free,
any
yeah.
thoughts, real. I don't really have any thoughts about it or anything going into it. I didn't really know what the movie was about. Like I said, I was a junior, I think, in high school, and my main focus was, stand up 69s, like we said last week. So I really didn't have any anything going on about this movie. So I wasn't really intrigued about it. I always thought I never wanted to watch this movie, and I don't know why, but I didn't think it was for me. Maybe some of the actors and actresses in this movie really didn't tickle my fancy, but yeah, I didn't really have any reservations going into it or any high hopes about it. I just figured it was another, teen rom-com movie, and I've seen dozens of those before, so I really didn't have any nostalgia with this movie growing up. So I'm looking at it with fresh 2024, 41-year-old lenses. So I'm sure it hit different for me than it did for, everybody that watched it growing up and when they were in high school or, they had a nice little crush on Heath Ledger and things like that. But yeah, it's a little different vantage point from my angle. So it yeah, it hit a little different.
I had this is going to be one of my infamous moments, like the 25th hour, but I thought this what was the movie, the rom-com with Matthew McConaughey, or his name's Benny or something. What movie is that? Do you know? I should have.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
That might have been
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah. So I definitely had those two confused. I was waiting for McConaughey to show up.
I wish.
To my surprise, he did not show up in this movie. Um, but yeah, I don't, so I really had no expectations. I know this is one of those movies where you hear people gush about it, but it's not like Fight Club or one of those movies like, oh my God, you haven't seen that, you got to see it. Um, but it always was like low key one of those movies that I knew a lot of people really liked. So was I 100% thrilled going into it? No. Was I ready to give it a chance? Yes. Um, yeah, I'll leave it at that. But I was intrigued, I'll say, to see what all the hype was about.
Yeah. It's definitely one of those, yeah, like you said. It's not you know, Citizen Kane or something like that, where it's like
Yeah.
like a classic of cinema. It's a movie that everyone loved growing up, and that's why they love it.
Yeah.
So I'm super. I always love when you guys haven't seen it to just know like what your thoughts on it, because never seeing it and not having that nostalgia attached to it, you can be really critical of it and not be clouded by like, well, when I was,
I
19
don't
or whatever, it was so funny or this or that.
I don't want to spoil anything or get into any predictions, but I have a feeling Robbie's sandbagging us a little bit. But let's get to these emails. I think we got a School of Rock situation on our hands right now.
Bobby Sandbags? Okay. We'll see. We'll see. But
I don't think
before
so.
we find out, this is what they call a tease in the biz. Before we find out if Robbie's sandbagging us, we got a couple emails this week. Again, if you want to also send us an email, maybe make a request or comment on this episode or any of the previous episodes, please send us one. We love it. We'll read it out. And the first one is from the requester of this film, my wife. So I will say obviously my favorite person.
Happy
Her
belated birthday.
birthday. Oh yes, happy birthday to her. So this was her birthday request. And she says, "Hi boys. Thanks for taking my birthday request. Teen rom-coms. I was extremely happy that 10 Things I Hate About You won because it's my all-time favorite in this genre. In my eyes, a true classic. It's disgusting how many times I've seen it. It's also one of those movies that if it's on, I have to watch. Funny, not overly cheesy. A great cast, amazing one-liners, late 90s gold, nostalgic perfection. Her plum score, 10 out of 10.
Oh my lord. Well, it's her
My
birthday.
yeah, I'll cut her some slack, but fair enough. Hey, it's her
Hey,
scores.
sometimes I always say, and I've said it so many times on this podcast, you don't choose the tens. Oh wait, they don't choose you, or you don't choose the tens, they choose you. There we go. That's what I wanted
Get
to
a
say.
good look at a steak by sticking your head up the butcher's ass. Um, she goes on to say, "This is where my love for Heath Ledger began. Who would have known at the time he'd have the career he did? Still so sad that he's gone." Agree. Some favorite lines. Anytime Bianca says "Daddy," her delivery is so funny. And this, Mr. Stratford, it's just a party, and hell is just a sauna. The dad has so many good lines. Also, what is it? Asshole day? I think of this quote almost every time while driving to work. True. Favorite scenes? Ugh, this is difficult. I do love the paintball scene and the party, but honestly, the ending makes it. The poem and then giving her the guitar. Love in capital letters. Favorite character, Mr. Morgan. Wow, I love his attitude. Fair. Honorable mentions, Bogey Lowenstein, just for his name alone, and the Stratford house. My God, that wraparound porch. I think
Oh, Mike, to die for. To die
she
for.
talked more about their house than anything else in the whole movie, and I was just like, yeah, it's fair. It's a gorgeous house.
I mean, this is that, that classic Hollywood stuff where every like single parent, but they have like the McAllister house. Like every Hollywood movie is like that. It's just the house is way too big.
He's clearly a doctor, though, so
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I take it back.
yeah, he's up to his elbows in placenta. Um, Least favorite character, obviously Joey. Controversial? We'll see. Um, Overall, just a fun, easy watch. I think it's much better quality than most of the teen rom-coms of that time. Its IMDb rating is higher than most rom-coms too. The people agree. Also, did anyone else notice that Nigel does indeed have the brie? Please discuss if you noticed. Well, I'll leave it to you boys. Love
I
Kate.
didn't. I did not notice the brie.
Yeah, when at the party when he says that must be Nigel with the brie, and the crowd is running towards the house, you see the kid with the plate of brie running ahead of him.
Yeah, shout out brie though. Supremely underrated.
Supreme.
There's not much better than just cheese and crackers.
No.
Throw in some meat. I mean, that's a meal right there.
Yeah.
Some would even call it a charcuterie board.
Some would call it that.
Fantastic email. Thank you, Katie.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for
Never
the
again with the rom-coms.
yes, of course. She loves the rom-coms. Thank
So
you.
when I read that email, I was thinking, are we gonna eliminate her picks from our favorites, or are we gonna keep him on play? Keep him play.
No, we could keep an open field, I think.
Okay. All right. So from one wife to another, this one is from my wife, Aya, friend of the program. She's been a guest a few times. The subject line is "Damn." I was just going for thoughtful. By the way, this is if you're not on YouTube, you know my proclivities against, or is that the right word? Against reading out loud. Now you get to watch me read out loud on YouTube. So go ahead and follow us there. The email goes, "Hello, boys. Thank you, Katie, for the awesome movie lineup this week. I love 10 Things I Hate About You. It forever remains unmoved from my top 10 favorite movies of all time."
Wow.
That's high praise.
A lot.
It was such a formative movie for me, and I definitely made this movie my personality when I first saw it at 11. I think she still got the cat personality, but that's okay.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
Did she also get a jacket with cat on them as the name?
Yeah, she has one right now. I thought Julia Stiles was so cool, and Heath Ledger as Patrick Verona was absolutely contributed to my sexual awakening. I guess things didn't work
11.
out for real. I guess things didn't work out for you because I am no Heath Ledger. I'll tell you that right now. 10 Things is one of the best retellings of a Shakespeare play, and in an era riddled with prime team movies, 10 Things easily stands out. It's well paced, the music is perfectly utilized, and the script is so sharp and witty. Fully aware that teenagers do not speak like that in real life. I hope you boys enjoyed watching it this week, and I can't guarantee Benny's safety and well being if he scores this lower than a 9. Yeah. Well, I was going to die one way or another.
That's true. Oh, thanks to both missuses for the emails. Much appreciated. Again, send us one. We love it. You don't have, I promise you don't have to marry us to send an email. You can just send an email. You don't have to actually be involved romantically with us, which would probably be an awful time. So should we get into the film? Overall impressions.
Let's do it. Why don't you give it? Yeah, you start us off.
Okay. Yeah, you guys had the going into it. Yeah, I mean, I really like this film. It's not I definitely don't love it like Katie and I do. It's cheesy, but it's like it's in the teen rom-com genre, so it's like the best of the worst, if that makes sense. Like, so it's like the best of that genre, but that genre is not like any kind of classic film, of course. I didn't see it when it first came out, but I saw it pretty soon after, maybe on at Blockbuster or something. I don't know. So I do have a lot of nostalgia for it. The more, or I should say, the older I get, the more I'm kind of like, it's a little, there's parts that I'm like, it's a little corny, or like the acting is a little suspect there. But overall, I really like it. It's funny. It's not, I don't know. I know I don't mean it to sound this way, but like often these types of movies are marketed towards women and young girls. But I feel like this is not like it is, but it does have like I'm just thinking if I took a girl on a date in 1999 to see this in the theater because she really wanted to see it, I would have been pleasantly surprised that there was like so much comedy in it for me as well because
Yeah.
of like a lot of the jokes with Cameron and his friend and Patrick and all the other characters. So it's still a teen rom-com, but it's like the best of the teen rom-coms. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah. I'll go next because I want to save Robbie's for last because I think we're going to be shocked. I enjoyed this movie. Not that I didn't think I wasn't going to, but I definitely enjoyed it more than I thought I would. Um, I agree with what Aya said. Like it's almost like Kevin Smith, where people like use this exorbitant vocabulary when you're like a 14-year-old kid. Like what do you need to talk like that for?
Yeah,
But
stop it.
I don't know. In context, it made sense in the film and everything flowed well. Did it have its cheesy moments? Yeah, it did. But I was more into it than I thought that I would be. And again, this is a 90-minute one, so I'm in, I'm out. I got a good story. Shout out to all the characters. I thought that they were all written pretty well. Even though there's a couple that you just want to sock right in the old face. But I enjoyed it. Would I watch it again? Yeah, if it's on, if I like definitely wants to watch it, I'd watch it again. But don't necessarily think I'd go out of my way to watch it again. But glad I saw it.
Robbie.
Yeah, I'm glad I saw it. I thought it was okay. I didn't really enjoy it that much. I I can't stand Julia Stiles. She annoys the shit out of me. I'm not a fan of hers. I couldn't stand that pretentious, annoying, I live in this fantastic house and I'm quoting fucking Thoreau. Like, can we stop? Can we stop it? Um, yeah. I mean, Heath Ledger carried this movie. I mean, I understand the charm about him. You could see if this is the first time watching a Heath Ledger movie, you knew that he was bound for superstardom. I mean, he was fantastic in this movie. I thought there was some great bit parts in this movie that was acted well. I thought it was written well. Again, like they're high school kids, they're not like, you know, getting their doctorate in English literature, so we could take it down a notch with that. but there were some good characters. I did enjoy the movie. I like the D-bags in this, the teen D-bags, the stereotypical stuff. It's everything you've seen in a rom-com before. They're not reinventing the wheel. It's the same stuff over and over again. You got your white Rastafarians. I mean, take a hike with them, but I mean, come on, every time they got on the screen, get out of here. But I understand. I'm not trying to look at it as, an older gentleman. So I understand why people feel the way they feel for movies like this. I mean, can't hardly wait to forget about it. I love it. American Pie, I love it. But I've seen those movies when I was a young kid, so they stick with me and the nostalgia hits. I think I would definitely be a little bit different if I saw this movie as a 16, 17-year-old kid, 100%. Now, you see the corniness, but back then it probably wasn't corny because I was an immature high school kid as well. So while I did enjoy the movie, I don't think I'll be watching it again. I did enjoy some of the actors. Some of them did definitely annoy me. Julie Stiles, I never want to see you again. I never want to see you dance again. I wish you would go to Sarah Lawrence, whatever college you're talking about, never come back. But other than that, it was a good movie for what it's worth. I enjoyed it. 90 minutes, thank God. Favorite part was the end credits when they said the end. So that was really it for me.
When for some reason Letters to Cleo is playing on a roof.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's like, what are we doing? I'm so tired of high school fucking rom-coms. Everybody's at a prom with the band. Enough.
Yeah.
It annoys me. Everybody's breaking out in fucking number. Everybody's got everybody's choreographed. Where are they getting the time?
There was some pretty bad background dancing in this, so if you paid attention to it. There's just guys
Oh my
like,
God. One girl was going bonkers in whatever that first concert scene when they went out. I was like, chill out. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, it's kids, man. Chicks.
All right.
was Julia Stiles the girl in oh no, that was Anna Paquin in 25th Hour.
Thank God it wasn't Julie Stiles. Turn that movie right off.
I'll just real quick, and then we'll do some pump scores. It's so weird how movies that you've seen when you were young are so much better than when you see them older. Like one movie that sticks out all the time to me that I loved as a kid was Three Ninjas. You remember that movie?
Oh my God, yeah.
Loved that movie, but it's the worst.
Oh,
Like watching
yeah.
it now, it's like this is the worst movie. Why do I like this? But because I saw it as a kid, I love it. Like
Yeah,
it's so weird how that like how nostalgia is weird.
yeah, for sure. You could definitely shoot a better iPhone, like a movie on your iPhone in like an hour and 20 minutes than Three Ninjas was, and it was like a full-blown studio movie.
Yeah, crazy. But all right. Let's do some plum scores and then we'll get into characters and scenes. Does anyone want to go first?
Robbie, why don't you? No,
No.
No.
Ryan?
All right, I'll go first. So, like I said, this is a movie that I really do enjoy. I like this movie. I think mainly because I saw it so long ago. But it's still a teen rom-com, so I kind of have a hard time scoring it. Like I almost want to give it a higher score, but then I'm like, this isn't like, come on, this isn't better than like Jaws or like some of the other movies that like we've watched. But you know what? The more movies we watch, the more dynamic and our scales have to be, and the more like shifting that's gonna happen. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give this a 7.8.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good
And
start.
I am sure that there's movies we've watched that are better than this with a lower score.
Yeah.
Totally.
But you know what? It is what it is. And I'm sure my wife is still gonna be like 7.8. What the hell?
What is wrong with you? Rob, you want to go last or next?
I can go next. I know Ryan doesn't want to sleep on the couch, so I know that 7.8 is for this.
No. I don't sleep on the couch. Stop that.
No, I say I know you don't want to, so that's
No.
why the 7.8.
Yeah.
I don't think it's better than Don't Tell Mom the Baby Sister's Dead, but I've also watched that movie right when I was younger, so it's a little slippery slope. I'm not, of course, because I'm a fucking pussy boy. I'm not going to give it anything lower than a 7 because I'm a bitch. But I'll give it a 7.3. Even though I
You
want to
should
give it a fucking 5.5, but I'll give it a 7.3 because I'm soft as pudding.
give it a 5.5, babe. Do it.
Nah, 7.3 is fine because Heath Ledger and a few other people who I don't want my favorite character to be stolen carried this movie for me.
All right. So, um, yeah, I'm with you, Ryan. I it's hard to score this one because I feel like the number that I give it is going to put it up with some movies, and you'd be like, what? But no, I'm gonna do it anyway. I think personally, I'm 100% justified in my "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead" takes after last week because this movie is definitely better than "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead." But
Right.
again, this is the difference where I don't have nostalgia attached to that movie at all, and maybe that I just identify with this time period more than the "Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead" time. But I'm gonna go 7.9 for this one.
Wow.
Um, yeah, I mean, like you said, Ryan, it's kind of best in class for rom-coms. Like, obviously, there's a few that are probably better, but this is definitely the top tier of them. And I just think there's so many strong performances from the characters that it warrants a good score. And just the fact that it's a retelling of a Shakespeare play, like that's a really cool thing to do. And I mean, Heath Ledger's probably pulling this up by a point and a half by himself. So 7.9.
Okay. 7th. Yeah, I mean, I've seen both movies and I have nostalgia for both movies, but last week and this week, I think that I like this movie better than Don't Tell Mom. Like I think it's funnier. Um, and it's just I don't know, it seems like a little bit better done, like cinematically, but I'm too
But I think
stupid to
that
explain why.
I think it's just the evolution of movie making.
Yeah.
This is like, I mean, if this movie was made in 1991, it probably would have some of the same issues that Don't Tell Mom had. Um, but you still see, like, we've talked a few times about how painstakingly it seems like the details are done with movies now that I don't know, maybe in 20 years we're looking back at the movies we've given high scores to that came out recently and we're like, wow, that did not age well. Um, but it just seems like there's a little bit more quality control and thought put into the details with movies as time has gone on.
You'd hope.
But I also think that it's, dropping your babysitter off at the morgue is a lot more believable than flashing your detention teacher and getting away with it.
Yeah.
It's also true.
I mean, that's just me. I mean, I don't know. I've never flashed my teacher before or dropped somebody off at the morgue, but I mean, expelled for life? I guess not. Seattle, baby.
Yeah.
It's a pre 9/11 world, babe.
That's true. I
Anything goes.
forgot. I forgot. No Patriot Act there.
Um,
Oh man, when I saw that, man, did I want to please?
And
well,
listen,
You know,
no disrespect, Julia Stiles. I like you, but you don't got much to show up there anyway. So what are we really doing? No
yeah,
disrespect, all due respect. God bless you.
yeah. I would have rather saw a frontal shot of Ledger than the nibs on Styles.
I
Listen,
still,
listen, this isn't a Julia Stiles household. I'm just letting you know
No,
right now.
the whole house.
No, just me.
Oh, okay.
Everybody else, Michelle and Katie just scorched me to high heavens. But hey,
do
I
you
stand
know,
on that hill alone.
did they like this movie? Do you know?
They did. I know Katie and Michelle definitely liked. Michelle liked it. She got mad at me when I told her I didn't like it that much, but she saw it, when she
Right.
was listening to B2K and things like that. So I mean, she's
Oh,
a
please,
young and so, but she loved it. They both loved it. But
Yeah.
you know,
All right. Should we do scenes or characters first?
tough one. I say scenes because there's a lot of good characters to talk about.
Good call. Does anyone want to start with favorite scene?
I will defer. I do not want to go first.
All right, I'll go first. I won't take the chalk, the usual stuff. Um, this one's tough, but I did enjoy this. This was very nice. A little soft side for Heath Ledger, but I'll give his pep talk to Cameron. I think at Bogey's party. I just enjoyed that. I thought that was really, really a sweet, sentimental, nice little scene. You know, your little soft spot for Patrick. You think he's got all these stories with everybody. Hears he has no liver. He's been, beaten up by Mike Tyson. I don't know any stories that any tall tales, some urban legends, but it was nice to see him just kind of, you know, give Cameron a nice pep talk. And I like that. And it got me right in the feels. This boy doesn't have a black heart, maybe a black lung, not a black heart. So I really enjoyed that. It was a nice little scene for me.
Good choice.
Ryan, you want to go?
Yeah. I feel like that scene when, I was 17, 18, I was like Pew's pep talking me like, yeah, I'm going to go get the girl. I didn't, but as I was
Spoiler
watching,
alert.
I was like, yeah.
You did though, in the end,
Eventually, yes, of course.
It
and
would
now
have
we're
been a
here
long.
watching it because of it.
Yeah, it would have been a long ass movie to get to that.
A little bit like Godfather 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to pick one scene. I think I'm gonna go with because there's a lot of good scenes. I'm gonna go with um I think it's like the final crazy scene with when they were going to the prom, but the dad is like flipping out and he's like, I want you to wear the belly. He puts the pregnant belly on her. And but the whole scene is funny because like the way and Katie mentioned in her email like where she's like daddy and he's like I want you to wear the belly and she just goes like this like because she's worn it before she's ready
Yeah.
and then they do the whole thing and she's like and then Heath Ledger who knocked up your sister.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Patty.
I feel bad taking this as my favorite scene now because I feel like we're gonna double up, but it was the Larry Miller scene on the deck when he's exercising. I feel like as unhinged as he was in the prom scene, like that was his most unhinged, like when he's like feels like he's 100% losing control.
Yep.
Just the stretchy thing getting shot into the neighbor's house, it gets thrown back over. He says thank you and goes like just like it's just a normal day.
That's such a dad neighbor thing. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite because spoiler alert, I mean, I loved Larry Miller throughout this whole movie.
The
I
best.
love him anytime he pops up in anything. Yeah, Larry Miller for me, number one.
Best. I also loved in that scene, and we've all been well. I don't know. I feel like Robbie is a good exerciser. Robbie, are you a good exerciser? Like you do your reps, you don't like F around?
When I'm in the zone, yeah, I do like to do my reps.
Because I feel like I definitely have done the Larry Miller when he's doing he's doing the sit-ups and he's like 7. All right, that's good. I've definitely been there.
Larry Miller was fantastic in Unnecessary Roughness. I loved him in that movie.
The best.
So
Yeah,
great.
Everything he does, Miss Gennaro.
My favorite. I always do it when he goes blue ball, blue ball. He goes, sit down, you jerk.
Sit down, you jerk. He's
Oh,
the
he
best.
did that way.
I always think of him in that Seinfeld episode as the doorman.
Yeah,
Just him and
Sure.
Jerry have that rivalry.
love Larry Miller. I wish he was in more stuff.
He almost burst out of his fucking t-shirt. I mean, his shirt in one scene. Hopefully he's doing all right.
Yeah. Yeah, when he sat on the railing, I noticed that too. I was like,
Bum was about to pass out. Larry.
nobody could have told him like fix the shirt or something, and whatever.
Can we get him a double XL, please?
Something. Untuck it, Larry.
Ani mentions for favorite scenes. What do you guys got?
The pool hall scene made me LOL a couple times, but that was fantastic. But that was very good. I
Don't
mean,
touch anything.
yeah.
You want hepatitis?
My favorite is when they're playing pool and he walks in and just grabs the 8 ball. I mean, that was hilarious.
Yeah. And he doesn't
That was-
get immediately knocked into next week.
yeah,
Billy goes like, well, I win.
that's it.
You scratched.
Best.
My Ani mentions are pretty much anything with Michael. Like, he's a perfect best friend minor character. I thought he was just, everything you need in like that best friend guy without being annoying. Or he is annoying, but it's a self-aware character issue that he's annoying. So anytime he was, they're doing the planning when he goes to sit down. So all right, this is the specific scene when he sits down and he gets the dick drawn on his
Yeah.
face by fucking Vinny Boombots. That guy, bro. Oh my god, the worst. Um, Only thing that killed that scene is at the end when he's like, I have a dick on my face, don't I? But nobody's around him.
Right. I like when he's doing that and he's like just the way he's sitting like this and they're like we're done. Um any Ani mentions any more Ani mentions from either one of you?
Yeah, fucking Patrick's musical number. I mean, forget about it.
The best.
It's a star. That's your Joker right there. The best Joker of all time. That's your guy. So there he is. I mean, forget about it. I mean,
It's a good thing they were
fantastic.
outside because I'm sure there was a lot of moist areas seeing him dance and sing.
Yeah, there was a couple of mop guys and a couple of guys waiting to mop up some the soakage. So
You mentioned Joker. All three of them have been in a Nolan movie. So he
yeah,
was Joker, JGL was Robin, and then Michael was in Oppenheimer
and JGO was in Inception,
and Inception, right? Yeah. Good call.
and Julia Stiles was in Who
Who
Knows
gives
Because
a
She
shit?
Stinks. Yeah, she was in a movie called You Suck. Her and Anne Hathaway are in the Mount Rushmore of Suck.
Oh my god, the slander.
Who do you hate more, Julia Stiles or Anne Hathaway?
Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Anne Hathaway. Yeah, it's not even
Okay.
close. Anne Hathaway plays when she's out. You see the video when she was in Italy, something like that, and they were trying to take a picture, like the Italian people, and she was like, calma, calma. And I was like, Anne Hathaway, that's why I hate your guts. You're the worst. I hope I hope you just get caught in the tidal wave and never come back. Look it up. You'll hate her afterwards.
Oh god.
Stinks.
I don't know. I like them both personally, but I get it. I hate people too, so I get it.
I hate Bob Newhart.
Stupid.
I hate Sam Rockwell and Olivia Colman
Why?
because they're not character actors.
You're not a character actor, Robbie. Shut up. Well, I'm sure I have more Ani mentions. There's a number of good scenes. Like you guys basically said it though. Like anything with Larry Miller, anything with Michael, anything with Ledger. Even the random scenes before they found out he wasn't like some kind of unhinged criminal. And a lot of the Joey scenes are funny too. Like they're just so ridiculous. So I'll give him that.
I'm like so on the fence with Joey because oh my god, he is the worst. But also, how many times we've talked about, hey, if you make me hate you, you're doing a good job. But I don't know if it's the character or I just hate that kid.
Might be both.
I'm trying to think
Could be.
what else he was in that I didn't like him in. But I mean, the guy was pulling off the style in this movie. Forget about it. Those slippers he was wearing, please.
Ah. We wish we were that cool in high school.
He was in Independence Day.
Was he?
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
like a
it
bit
sounds like a
part.
very minor role. It's just older boy.
Oh, nice.
Doesn't seem like he was in a lot of stuff.
I felt like he was in like a lot of things I watched growing up. And shout out Alex Mack. Please forget about it.
Ah, did you
Forget
watch
about it.
Alex Mack?
Just for her.
Oh, I loved her. I had the biggest. I think she was like my first like celebrity crush.
Yeah, I think it was like her or Topanga. Or
Yeah.
Kelly Kapowski. I'm sorry, Kelly
Well, yeah,
Kapowski.
that's true.
Not, and I'll tell you something right now. Not Anne Hathaway. I'll tell you something right now.
Oh boy. Oh my God.
I hope she's listening too. I really do hope she's listening. But then come on and discuss.
Please.
What did he say when he got punched in the nose? What shoot did he have the
I
next
have a
day?
nose spray ad tomorrow, or nasal spray. I think.
I mean, the guy was getting jobs. I mean, come on, please.
That's
yeah, like
not even
they were ripping on him for having a tube sock ad, but like, how many ads are you guys doing? Hmm?
0.0.
And then when he pulled out the two headshots, one was a different shirt. I mean, come on, things like that I love. But yeah, he's gone. Haven't seen
Favorite
him since.
character in the mix? Favorite character? We'll see.
Oh, you know I love the D-bags. Gus.
I know you do.
This guy,
Gus,
please forget
this
about
guy.
it.
Love it. All right, let's go to least favorite scenes. Benny, you're up first.
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to double back on what Robbie said and say the flashing scene. Like, what of all the things you could have distracted him with, you choose the least likely and least serious, or you know, there's lawsuits flying a mile a minute
Everywhere.
in that classroom. So yeah, I mean that was just the one that it took me out of it because, and then again, we're talking about how old is she? 16?
He's a
Creepy.
senior.
Yeah. A lot of
17. No, they said 18 in the beginning. She's 18. I mean, it doesn't make it right. I'm just saying.
no, I know. Yeah. Well, we'll see.
No,
Uh
school's getting shut down, like you said, completely shut down.
yeah, 100%.
Boarded up, chains everywhere. Nobody's allowed back in.
And what's with this Hogwarts ass school? Like that is
It's a
the
real
nicest.
school.
Is it really? It is the
Yeah.
nicest school I've ever seen.
It's in Washington Stadium, the Stadium Academy or Stadium something or other. It's
Is
a
it a
real
private
school.
school?
I don't think so, but it was supposed to be a hotel, like a fancy hotel, and got turned into a school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to anybody that went to that school. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
But think about this too. That specific teacher got shot in the ass with an arrow. He's back in class. Nothing happened to Bianca at all. And then 5 minutes before he gets flashed, he takes weed off that kid and takes his Cheetos. Nothing's gonna happen about that either. It's the Wild West in the 90s in Washington.
Yeah, I mean, and shout out for him for getting blasted in the ass with a blunt arrow and it somehow
Yeah.
sticking. That must have Bianca's got some skill and some power behind that.
Should have casted her in Hunger Games. I mean, what the hell? I'll go. I'm gonna go with actually no. There's a exact scene that I've hated in this film since I've seen it, and every time it comes on, I say I fucking hate that scene. It's when right after Bianca kisses Cameron and she goes in the house and he's just like, I'm back in the game.
Ah,
I hate
Don't
it.
even.
I hate it. Oh, I don't know why I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Do not even get me started with him
Hate
in
it.
this movie. Don't even get me started with him in this movie.
I know.
Okay.
I know. I know. I know. And it's I don't know if it's because we watched 500 Days of Summer, but I'm so out on simp Joseph Gordon-Levitt, like the last
So
two
done.
movies we watched. Like, oh my God, please take a friggin' hike soon. Please.
Thank God.
Long walk off a short pier.
I thought I was the only one watching. I was like, we are done, JGL. So done. We are so done. And never coming back in my life again, please. Next time is a JGL movie that he's starring in. Count me out.
That's what's funny because like in this movie and 500, in so many in other movies, I love him. But you're right, he's like super simp.
Oh,
And it's right off. Like I said, the last movie we watched with him in it is 500 Days, and he's the
That's what I mean.
worst in that movie too. So it's like 2 in a row, buddy. Your batting average is very low right now.
when he came on the screen and was doing his bullshit, I was like, get out of here, dude. Get out of here. Come on. You stink.
And again with the you don't like me, so I'm going to be mad at you. Like again, like come on, bro. How long
It's
you
like,
been doing this for?
yeah. It's like they're just like casting simp and they call JGL. Fucking guy, man. I'm done with that guy. Seriously, him too. Jeez. Add him to the
No,
list.
no wonder he ended up with a porn addiction in that movie.
Yeah. Fucking guy. Oh.
But the funniest part about it is from ages 14 to 39, no, probably like, I don't know, 20s, somewhere in there. I was very similar.
Oh yeah, me too, for sure.
Total emo
1,000%.
boy.
1,000%.
Yeah.
I can only say this now.
Yeah.
Back when these movies came out, I would probably be like, "That's me, bro.
Yeah.
I feel you."
That's me. Give me a jacket that says Cameron right here.
How dare you?
There's only one Cameron in this household that we respect.
Bro.
No. Ferris
Cameron
Bueller,
from
please.
Ferris Bueller. The god himself, Alan Ruck.
Please, Alan Ruck, please. And Ruck we trust.
There is a Ferris Bueller connection to this movie.
What is it?
One of the bands, not the blonde, which is Letters to Cleo, but the other band is Save Ferris.
Is it?
Yeah, named
Oh,
after
wow.
Save Ferris
Ferris
from the
Bueller,
movie.
yeah. How about
I
that?
love this movie. 10. Sorry, 10.
10. Sorry, change my score.
My least favorite scene is when Julia Stiles was dancing on the table. That was terrible. Please. Completely took me out of the movie. If I had a bone, it would have went down inside of me. Done with the only thing that brought some silver lining, I thought, was when she got knocked out. She would have been knocked out for the movie, and she wouldn't have came back onto the screen. But that didn't happen. So yeah, that I got secondhand embarrassment when that happened, because what other movie was she in that she was just dancing and
Save the Last Dance.
yeah. Oh man, these people in Hollywood, yes, they're super smart, man. What their movie titles, but but yeah, that's my least favorite scene. Her just dancing on top of the table. I don't know. I just didn't. It didn't click for me.
Did you, as the best dancer on this podcast, I
Thank you.
think Benny and I can admit this. As the best dancer, Robbie, did you hate it because her moves were bad, or because it was just kind of cringy?
It
Or
was
both?
cringy, and the moves. The song didn't justify the moves that she was doing, like the around the world, the pop in it, and then yeah, she just didn't do it for me. It was cringy. There's just something about her that I don't like. I don't know why. If it was Gabrielle Union got up there and started doing something like that, plums engaged. But I mean, she just didn't. She just wasn't doing it for me. Everything about it was a no-go for me.
Wow.
But Benny's a great dancer as well. So maybe he should he should talk as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you get as much tequila in me as Julia Stiles had in her, then maybe.
That's true. That is true.
Must run in the family. All you guys are good dancers.
Hey, we're FBI.
That's true.
Yeah. True. FBI, not 10%, please.
13.
13. I'm sorry, 13.
All right. Maybe let's do least favorite characters first, and then favorite, because I think there'll be more conversation with favorite. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Does anyone want to go first?
Robbie, what are you more enthused about? Your least favorite character or your favorite character? Which
Oh, my
one do you
favorite
want?
character. My favorite character.
Okay, so you want to go last on this one?
Yeah, because I don't think anybody's gonna pick my least favorite character.
All right, Ryan, first or second?
You go first. I'll go second. Whatever.
My least favorite character. Oh man, I kind of wish one of the two were off the board, but we've already tore him to shreds. So give me Vinny Boombots himself, Joey. Like, dude, he was. I just wanted to give him one of these, right in his kisser. He was such a pain in the ass. I think by the end of the movie, came around on him as the character. But oh boy, the whole movie, I was just rooting for him to eat it big time. And I think because he got punched in the face twice, I let go of a lot of the hate. But man, I had my hater shoes on the whole time
Nice.
watching him. So Vinny Boombots, you're a pain in the ass, buddy.
It's a good one.
Good choice. I don't know. I might get in trouble, but I'm gonna go Cameron, JGL.
That was gonna be my
Um,
pick.
yeah, that's I kind of when I figured when you said two. Um, and it's weird picking him because I would say that I'm a big fan of his. I do really like him in a lot of things, but in this film, he was just kind of cringy. Like, just wasn't like I feel like the other actors were like much better than him. Like maybe he was still this was I think one of his first roles. I don't really he was in, that show and like other stuff. I don't know. He rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. There's parts of in the movie that I like with him, but if I have to pick, if Joey's off the board, I'll go with Cameron.
Has that always been your opinion?
I don't
Or I'm telling you,
kind of
there's a 500 days of summer effect going on right now.
No, because you know what, I like him in that movie, but I think, and listen to the episode if you want to hear our thoughts on it. But as I'm getting older, that kind of role, I'm kind of like, dude, come on, like, stop.
Yeah,
Even though I was that dude, and
I
maybe
know.
that's why I'm so critical. But yeah, he annoyed me years ago, but not as much as he does now. I do love him, but in this film, if I have to pick someone, I pick him.
It's almost like he was in the movie a lot, but he wasn't that much, so it like saved it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the stars are definitely Ledger and Stiles.
Yeah. And Michael, come on. How you leave
And
Michael
Michael,
out?
of course. Ah, my balls.
That was so stupid.
Best. Robbie.
Yeah, it's no surprise. Yeah, it's Julie Stiles.
Knew it.
I don't know. Again, like I don't want to give it a slander, but there's a reason why you don't see her anymore because she stinks. Um, I don't know. As soon as she got on the screen, she just annoyed me. I get it, teenagers, their angst and their, think that they're smarter than everybody, but I get it. She's got little mommy issues because her mom left, and I understand that, and she's probably angry about that stuff. But like, save it. Save it for me. I don't want it. I'm not dealing with it. I got bills to pay. I don't want to hear about it. Um, yeah, it was just leave the teacher alone. You're not as smart as everybody. Just the character annoyed me. I don't know, ripping down posters and things like that. Like you're vandalizing, we're putting you in jail. You're showing your titties, we're putting you in jail. Like, come on, stop it.
I do appreciate that Mr. Morgan put her in her place a few
Yeah.
times though.
He
You
did. I enjoyed
suburban
that.
white girl ass, like whatever you said, something like that. Next time you're at the PTA meeting petitioning for better lunch meat.
Or whatever you're complaining about.
Yeah, I love that. He called her on her bullshit because he knew exactly what she was about.
Yeah, agree. I had something to add to that. It's gone. Damn it.
And then what's the name too? Like I could give a quick honorary mention. Like
Yeah, please.
the guidance counselor. Like you can't write your sex novels at home, you psychopath. Like what's
True.
going on at that school?
And I like her, Allison Janney.
I did, but in this movie again, something about it kind of annoyed me.
If she left Bratwurst in that one line, they
No one's picking that up.
no, there's no way any publishing house is picking that shit up. Terrible.
Not Penguin, not Random, nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody's picking it up.
She's
Not
self-publishing and selling to her friends.
Yeah. Hell out of here.
Benny, do you have any Ani mentions?
I do, and I hate that I do, but it is Mr. Morgan for me a little bit because
A little.
there's a little like awkwardness in some of his lines, and I'm just like, again, it's like do another take, please do another take. But you could tell if you watch like the bloopers at the end that like he's kind of not necessarily Mr. Actor anyway, because
Yeah.
like they kept trying to take that one thing, and it's like, dude, first of all, pause because they're never going to be able to edit it, and take the line from the beginning. So I think maybe that some of the way that some of these lines were delivered by him being awkward and stuff, maybe it was the best that they got, but I enjoyed the character, but maybe not so much the actor.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I do too. He did definitely came off a little annoying or not good acting ish in some scenes.
I don't think I have any others. So should we move on? I know Robbie is
Well,
raring to go.
sorry, the
No, go ahead.
white Rastafarians.
Oh, well, I mean,
I mean,
that's
come on. I mean,
obvious.
did we? I know we didn't have any white Rastafarians in our school.
I don't think so.
I definitely had some kids that looked like that in my high school, but I don't think they were doing the voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there was plenty of like Bob Marley shirts and stuff, but I don't remember any like dreads or anything.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
Phil. I think Phil was doing that. I think Phil did that a couple of times.
The pothead.
Yeah. No, okay. So we move on. Robbie, do you want to go? Favorite characters?
Please, I mean, once the guy came on the screen, he was my favorite character, and I love this guy and everything he does. Give me David Krumholtz as Michael. I mean, forget about it. I love Krumholtz. I'm a Krumholtz guy. This is a Krumholtz podcast. I mean, I loved him in Santa Claus. I loved him in Oppenheimer. I loved him in this movie. He just brought so much to the screen. I mean, besides Heath Ledger, he was the best actor in this movie, far and away. What were you gonna say?
I just realized that he was the guy from Oppenheimer because
Yeah,
you
I said
said
that
Yeah.
before.
I don't listen to you. I listen to him.
Oh, okay.
I was just kidding.
Yeah, okay.
He was his great. He's his great friend. He was fantastic in Oppenheimer. I forgot what else he was in. I just love Krumholtz. I mean, if I can be reincarnated, I'm coming back as Krumholtz. But yeah, just a true friend to everybody. You know, secure in himself. Doesn't care that he makes him look an idiot. Just a funny guy. He's just a great actor. I just love everything. Krumholtz. This movie. He got his little redemption at the end. He got his girl. He was able to dress up as, fake Shakespeare and get a nice little kiss at the end. I mean, everything's coming up Krumholtz, baby. I mean, please forget about it. Yeah, give me Michael because Krumholtz made me laugh the most in this movie.
So, do you want to hear one random Krumholtz credit on IMDb?
Please.
Was it
He appeared-
Oppenheimer? You idiot.
Yes. He appeared on one episode of WWE Raw. Can you guess the character he played?
Hopefully, Pete Gas.
No, it should have been guessed. He was fake Drew McIntyre. And now I want to go back and find that because I'm not seeing how this lines up. But Krumholtz, man, all over the place.
I gotta check my YouTube's algorithm and see if I can find Krumholtz as Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. He was also, to me, I don't know why I couldn't get this out of my movie out of my head the whole entire movie. He is 1,000% young George Costanza in this movie. Like
Yeah,
I could fully see him evolve into George Costanza. Like his life is what makes George the miserable old bastard in Seinfeld.
I can see that. It's oh god, sorry. I can definitely see that. I don't know. He was just so good in this movie. I don't know. It's something about him that I really enjoy. He's such a good actor.
He's got what the kids call Riz, I think.
I guess
I
he's
He's
hear
got
you.
rizzed
it.
up. He's rizzed up.
He's an Oppenheimer too.
Get the hell out of here, really.
Yeah,
Robbie,
check
I
it out.
love when you blow my brains out with that kind of
I mean,
stuff.
I'm thank God I was the only one that told you this.
I know. I wish somebody would have told me before this whole thing
Me
started.
too. I mean, I think somebody would let you know, but I guess not.
I guess not. And it's so weird because 3 of these actors were actually in Nolan movies.
Yeah,
Oh. Nobody mentioned
No.
that.
The other day I was like a couple weeks ago I was saying he's a jerk off. Like just that the way he delivers that line is so good.
Yes.
Krumholtz, the best.
Beautiful. He's got great comedic timing.
He does. Good for him.
just a crumb.
I didn't realize this was such a big Krumholtz podcast, but I think it is.
Rename
It's
it.
huge.
Good for him. Let
The best.
Krumholtz watch.
Yeah,
Oh my
Crumb
God.
Cakes. It's a Krumholtz podcast.
Let
Love
the
it.
boys crumb.
We do casting David Krumholtz now instead.
Stay tuned.
Wow.
I'm gonna go my favorite. Oh no, I'm gonna leave him for Ani Menches. Give me. I gotta do it. I'm sorry, Ryan, if you're gonna pick him, but
Isn't it my turn?
is it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, please
Oh
steal
wow.
from me.
Oh wow. Attention.
Larry
Attention.
Miller, the dad.
Motherfucker. I deserve that.
You do. Yeah, no, I mean besides Krumholtz, every scene he was in was magic. He was so
Stole the
good.
show.
Yeah, he's fantastic. The way, I mean, was he oppressive to his daughters? Probably. But he
Yeah.
did it. He did it with a joke. He did it with a stern smile. I mean, he was getting called back to be, his elbows up in placenta every 5 minutes. But love him in this, love him in, like Robbie said before, Necessary Roughness or a lot of other movies that he's in. So Larry Miller, I love you.
Yeah, he came out of the gate hot in the movie and he just kept that energy up the whole entire time.
Yep.
Fantastic, Larry Miller. All right, so gotta call an audible here, but I'm gonna counteract Robbie's least favorite pick, and I'm gonna say my favorite was Julia Stiles in this movie.
Oh,
She I thought she was good. I thought that she played the role fantastic. I thought that she showed a good range as far as being that, you know, cynical, angry teenager, but also when she showed the softer side and, falling for Ledge in the movie, she that was believable as well. And you saw like that teenage naivete where it's like, yeah, I'm this hardened teen. You're never gonna crack my exterior. But as soon as somebody shows a little bit of interest, she melts. I thought she was really good. I thought she kept a good performance the whole way around. The dancing, neither here nor there. Neither here nor there. But I'll give her roses after Robbie took a big dump on her.
fun fact. Do you know who was dating Julia Stiles during the filming of this film?
Ben Stiller.
No.
Larry Miller.
Oh.
Spike Lee.
Giancarlo Esposito.
Yes.
John Turturro.
JGL.
No,
Yes. Isn't that weird?
it is weird.
I would have thought maybe Ledger and her would have gotten together. They do seem more like compatible.
Please, Ledger. Ledger wouldn't want anything like that. Ledger's banging
No,
dimes.
listen, I'm not saying he would go that route, but it makes more sense in my brain, in my lizard brain.
So
I mean,
Ledge.
you gotta you know JGL was a very jealous man on that set when she's gallivanting with Heath Ledger the whole time.
Apparently, him and Larissa Oleynik didn't get along.
Really?
That's what she said, because she was on 30 Rock, and I guess at some point they didn't get along for whatever reason or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Was she the daughter in 30? Oh, not 30 Rock.
No.
Sorry, Third Rock from the Sun. I'm getting all
That's
confused
what
here.
I meant. Third Rock from the Sun. I'm sorry.
Was she the sister?
No.
Oh,
She was like a guest star for a number of episodes. No,
okay.
the sister was someone else. I forget her name now. Johnson. I forget what her name is.
Oh, all right. And shout out Julie Stiles in Dexter. She says Dexter in this movie, and I did the Leo. I was like, so I thought that was cool.
Any Ani mentions?
Yeah, I had a conniption halfway through my Julia Stiles love and saying, how the hell did I forget to say Heath Ledger instead? But I'll leave Mazzani mention. He was just fantastic. Love the acknowledgement too of the Australian accent, because in this movie I'm like, is he going to try to pull off an American accent? He seems a little young for this. I don't know if he's got it in him, but I'm glad that they went with the Australian accent. Also, again, another one, I love the evolution of his character into just being a normal guy. Like, yeah, a little seems weird on the outside, but he's just kind of very self-confident and he's not putting up that facade of I'm a cool teenager. Like, he's just him. And that's the message that he kind of preached throughout the whole movie. So I love that character. I love his character arc.
Yeah. Agree. If you did go before me, I would have and picked the dad, I would have picked him.
Okay. I thought you were saying you just picked Larry Miller to spite me, and you really wanted to pick Heath Ledger.
Well, a little bit.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Real quick, do you guys remember when they cast Heath Ledger in Batman, and like how many people were like, "What the fuck? What is going on?" And then he absolutely killed the role.
Because he had that like rom-com stigma to him, where it was like who else is kind of, even like Leo was like that for a little while, where like all guys would be like, oh, watch this Leo DiCaprio movie, like the hell, like he's just, you
mean the guy from Titanic?
Yeah, like he stinks, bro. And then cut to Wolf of Wall Street and Catch Me If You Can. You're like, that's my guy.
My God,
that's like me and Leo.
That's the guy.
What a shame.
Well, even with Robert Pattinson, they were freaking out about Batman. I thought he did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, agree.
The movie was about 10 hours long, but I guess nobody wants to edit no more.
Everybody's got Scorsese-itis.
Please.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Any other Ani mentions?
I'm trying to think. I mean,
go ahead.
Well, give me Bogey Lowenstein, please. The poor guy, just trying to have a nice little party with the boys in his Tudor house. I mean, anybody that's bringing the best. Like we said earlier, like Benny said earlier, anybody that's bringing brie cheese to a party, I mean, forget about it. I mean, the guy was ahead of his time. Nobody even knew what brie cheese was back in high school. I mean, I didn't. But that's Bogey, and he's a couple things I like to do, and I used to like to do: smoke bogeys and make bogeys.
I love after he hits the golf ball, just the close up on his face after everybody's already like ran away. He's just so proud of himself for smashing 300 yards, even though it was a very steep decline. So it definitely added a few yards to the drive.
Yeah, that's like a 100-yard shot, I think, without that decline.
Robbie, will you now say on the chorus, grip it and rip it?
Oh, that's it. That's all I'm saying now.
Every hole, nonstop.
Every hole. And then I'll be off by myself because nobody wants to hang out with me. That's for Bogey, though.
Anyone else?
I
Oh.
mean, shout out Gabrielle Union just in general.
Yeah, just in general, she's the best. I will also give it to, I'll give an honorary mention to Joey. I'm gonna do it. He
Fair
was
enough.
good.
Good.
He was very good as a very hateable, punchable face.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I said, by the end of the movie, I was like, all right, I appreciate him.
Trying to find out where he's at.
Yeah, I don't know. He was like in a bunch of shows that we watched, I think, as like he would be like a guest star. I think that's probably where we saw him.
He's
Quick
just got that look. He's got that look where it's a familiar look, and maybe because he looks like 7 people I grew up with. But
Sure. Quick question before we move on. Do you think that he had a crush on Kat? And that's why
100%.
Yeah, 100%, right? Okay. I wasn't sure if that was like obvious.
Yeah.
The hot chick? Oh, I forgot what he was in the hot chick.
Yeah. All right. I guess no other honorary mentions. Let's move on. We do it every week. What would you do to make this film better?
Recast JGL. I just maybe a victim of circumstance here, but oh man, I just wanted to give him one of these again, right into his old kisser.
Oh, please, yeah, give me like a Matthew Lawrence or somebody. Get him off the screen. Scott Conn.
Just because you're beautiful doesn't mean you can treat people like crap.
Yeah, like take it easy, JGL. I mean, come on, stop being a baby.
Yeah, shut up. Just shut up. So
I did
tired
love
of
his
him.
Volvos. Those old Volvos. I don't know why. I
cl-
just love them.
It's a classic. I think got 14 miles to the gallon, maybe.
Probably. But had those cool headrests. Probably
The
give
ones with
you.
the hole in them.
Yeah. If you actually got in a crescent and hit your head on that, you'd probably die. There's no
No, without a
cushion.
doubt, your head's going right through it.
Yeah.
It was a fail safe because they know that the car wasn't built to save you. So boom, and you're out. You don't even realize what happened.
Robbie, any?
Less Stiles, more Crumb. I mean, that's how you make the movie better. I mean, I would have if I wrote the movie, I would have had Stiles go to school a little earlier, college, get her away, ship her off, never to be seen again, bring in somebody else. Yeah, I just need more Crumb, and I would have gave this movie a 10. But that's just me.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, I think I agree. More Crumb, more Ledger, more Larry Miller. I think that would probably, make that better for me.
I mean, Heath Ledger. I mean,
The best.
far and away, just blew everybody's doors off in this movie.
It's true.
I get it. It's the long hair. I mean, of course, the girls, teenage girls going bonkers. I mean, forget about it. The training bras are bursting. I mean, when they see Ledge come on the screen, forget about it.
Well,
Can I say training bras?
I
Yeah.
think so. Wait, Benny?
Benny, Mr. YouTube, can I?
I'll allow
All right, thank God.
it.
Thank God.
You've been blessed.
Let him play. Let him play.
Benny blessings. I do have a way to make this film better, and that's by not casting David Krumholtz, but working overtime and casting Matt Damon in a role that we invent or one that exists because we're idiots and that's what we do. So, does anyone want to go first for casting Matt Damon.
Lead us off. Lead us off, Rye.
I'm gonna go. Give me a young 17, 18, shredded
Mm.
Matt Damon.
Please.
Just shredded. No, the phrase doesn't work here, but I'm gonna say it anyway. Shredded to the gills.
To the gills.
To the gills.
Forget about it.
Just forget about just panties and boxers dropping everywhere when they see Matt Damon walking in the halls because he comes in as Joey's rival
Ooh,
for the modeling game
love it.
and just absolutely smokes him off the tube sock ad, the nasal spray ad, and even Bianca pushes Joey and
Mushes his
JGL out of the
face.
way. Just mush those motherfucking face.
Punch
And
JBL in the face.
just gets and just jumps into Matt Damon's arms and runs away with him, never to be seen again.
He's like the Hansel to Joey's
Yes.
Zoolander.
Hansel.
It's so hot right now.
So hot right now.
I'm gonna leave the best for last because mine are never as good as his. Give me a young, dreadlocked,
Whoa.
handsome, red eye having Matt Damon as the leader of the White Rastafarians.
Love it. Absolutely
And
love it.
just, I mean, you got him on the guitar. He's singing Redemption Song in the back. Heath Ledger walks by, gives him a pound. You know, he when they're at the party, cut to White Rastafarian Matt Damon and Heath Ledger smoking a little Jaybird, talking about just life. And you see, like, this is where, you know, Heath is so grounded in this movie. And you've come to find out that it's because he hangs out with the White Rastafarians. And then you bring them into the movie and it's full circle. And it's definitely worth having them in the movie other than just being on screen for 2 seconds as a joke.
Love it. I want to give it a fucking 46.
Matt Damian Marley is his character name.
Oh my God, I love it.
Love it.
This is going to be a coming of age story. So give me a young, sexually frustrated, shredded washboard abs, long hair, you know, sleepless in Seattle on repeat in his house. Give me Matt Damon as, well, let me see. Give me Matt Damon as Toby, Patrick's love interest. We're gonna make this a gay love story, all right? We're gonna get Julia Stiles completely off screen. I mean, never, and I mean never to be seen again. And we're gonna replace her with Matt Damon. Imagine this: two, buff, all the right stuff, guys. Long hair, both of them. They're both long hair. I mean, they're loving each other. I mean, you got Matt Damon as a smart, you know, doctor in waiting, you know, taking after his dad. And then you got, you know, the outcast guy who has no liver, the guy who's, you know, stabbing people at the mall. Who knows what he's doing? Heath Ledger. I mean, forget about it. Imagine that love story. I mean, two great actors going toe to toe. You already got Ledger in Brokeback Mountain with Gyllenhaal. I mean, forget about it. He could play that part. I mean, it would have been the best rom-com of all time if you had Matt Damon as Toby, buff. Imagine him, like you said, playing the guitar in the guitar store. Imagine him dancing to Hypnotized by Biggie Smalls. Forget about it. I mean, forget about it. My balls would have been blown to the Northern Lights. I mean, it just is what it is. So give me Matt Damon replacing Julia Stiles as Toby, Patrick's gay love interest, because that would have made this movie 40 times better than seeing Julia Stiles flashing people.
I love it. I love it. And that reminded me, that's why people were so upset about him being Joker, because he was in Brokeback Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Because people
That's
are like,
true.
oh, the Brokeback guy? Fuck that.
Fucking guy.
People are such idiots.
Who's gonna be a gay Joker?
I'm sure Reddit and 4chan was all over that.
Oh my God, forget
Yeah.
about it.
Was he gonna try to like kiss Batman?
Oh, gross.
No one doesn't know what he's doing. You know, I was like the best movie maybe ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the best characters ever of all time.
Ever. Stupid.
Maggie Gyllenhaal, I'm talking about.
Hey,
Y-
speaking of Nolan, did you guys know that 3 of the actors in this movie were in Nolan films?
I figured that.
Keaton,
Right? Was it? Yeah.
Michael Keaton.
Yes.
Okay. Heath Ledger,
Yes.
JGL.
Yes.
Billy
Wow.
Stiles was an extra in the back.
Yes.
Oh, there's 4. Wow.
Yeah,
Interesting.
she was doing the fries in the McDonald's scene.
He should have found a way to get somebody from this movie into Oppenheimer. It
That
just
would have
felt like
been fantastic.
for some reason it would have felt right.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe
But
someone with good comedic timing. So it would have been like a little bit of like, it would have been a little odd to have him play a serious role.
Let me look
yeah, like
something
one
up
of those
here.
Rastafarians they should have picked out.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I'm looking at this right now. The guy who played Michael,
Yeah.
David Krumholtz,
Yeah.
Okay.
he was in Oppenheimer.
What?
He was the guy, his friend. He gives him the food, keeps telling him to eat.
Wow.
Yeah. On the
Krumholtz.
train.
This blew my brains out. Like I was
Forget
driving
he
an
tells
old
him
Volvo.
he tells him not to wear the army jacket.
That's
Changed the
true.
whole thing. Changed everything.
Wow.
Krumholtz.
Crumb.
Yeah, right there. I just found that out.
The Crumb.
We salute you.
Did you ever see that movie Who's Harry Crumb?
No.
If it's not Michael Krumholtz, then I'm not into it.
It was John Candy. It was
All right, I'm into
bad,
it.
but it was good.
Yeah, if it's candy, it's good.
Do you know that Gil Younger during this movie had to they had to test Krumholtz every day because he had
For what?
he was had a heavy drug problem during set, and they were gonna recast Crumb because he was just doing heroin every day on set.
They would have to shoot the whole movie over.
They wouldn't even do it because they were
Would
sick
have
and
done
tired
it.
of Krumholtz like a fucking lunatic on set, throwing stuff, fucking banging chicks, just like lines of coke everywhere. They didn't. It was this Crumb going ballistic.
Crumb. I can't believe that. That's you only hear about that stuff in the movies.
Yeah, it's like who's David Crumb? They said, and he was fucking he was just going crazy.
Wow. I mean, allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Allegedly, this is all allegedly.
Didn't they do something similar? Didn't Spielberg do something like that once?
Yeah, I think Tom Sizemore.
That's right. In Saving Private Ryan, that's right.
Yeah, but
I'm
like,
gonna have to go back and watch our Saving Private Ryan episode and see if that's true because I feel like we would have talked about that.
No, you know what?
I,
Don't watch that.
Okay, all right. I'll just
I'll
believe
watch
you guys.
that. Watch that because somebody thought that the GIF was Benjamin Button. So definitely watch that.
This is what honesty gets you.
Love it. Anything else to say about 10 Things I Hate About You?
Glad we watched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, chuck another one off the list for me. That's it.
Checked. Well, yeah. Again, thanks for the suggestion. Who's the next? I don't know. Who's coming up next?
I think we're doing Iron Claw next, right?
Oh, yeah, we could do that. Love it. I think it's on HBO now.
Think so, yeah.
Gonna get you.
You're scared of the claw.
I think I saw the other movie. I didn't see that. I didn't see the Iron Claw.
I didn't see it.
I think I saw the other one.
Is that you?
Oh, that was
Are you
something
thinking about the one with Steve Carell? That one?
No, I was thinking about the Iron Jaw, but that was something different. That was something different. That's a different
That's
movie on a different
Iron Jaw is the sequel to Face Jam, right? Because they have to do reconstructive surgery.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of Face Jam, forget about it. If you haven't seen that, please. And then the sequel is Iron Jaw because they have to. It's like RoboCop. They just replace her jaw completely with with robotic jaw.
Seems dangerous.
Watch it. It's not. It's
Uh,
technology, baby.
it's touching.
Love it.
It's a touch.
Yeah.
It's a touching film.
It's a great story.
Fast. Well, thank you for the suggestion. Thank you for listening. And please send us an email. Follow us on all the things, YouTube, Instagram, favorite podcast provider. We appreciate all the support. I guess that's it. Tell them good night.
Good night, David Krumholtz, who was in the movie Oppenheimer, if you didn't know.
True story, Michael.
Michael, the truest story.
Good night, Face
Stan
Jam.
Lee. Stan Lee. Who cares?
Okay, he's that Mike.
I said no. Let
Okay.
the boy watch.
Good night, Face
Let
Jam.
the boy watch. He needs to learn the way I learned from my father. The way he learned.